Hi friends, welcome back. Today we're talking about box and whisker plots. This is just a way to take a bunch of data and analyze it and show it into a nice, lovely format. So here I've been given the agent, the first job, in all this data is jumbled together. The first thing you want to do is put your data in order, like I've been saying on these other ones. Now, if we do that, you'll see that I've listed all my data on the side, and I think it's easiest if you do it this way, lengthwise. Some people find it easier if you do it the other way. What we're doing is we're looking for 5 pieces of data, and those 5 pieces of data are often called the measures of central tendency. And those 5 pieces are just like this. We have the first one, which is our minimum. Let me use a pen here. This is our minimum. And this is our maximum. So those are our first 2. Now we need 3 more. And what we want to do is divide this data up into 4 equal sections. So the easiest thing is to find our median. Remember, our median is the one that falls in the middle. If you have an even number of pieces of data, let's say you have 20 pieces of data, then it's going to fall between number 10 and number 11. If you have an odd number, and let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 15 pieces of data here, which is odd. Take one away, that's 14. Half of 14 is 7. So when we have 15 pieces of data, if we have 7 on either side, that will be nice and even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then if I select this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can see how that ties it nice and evenly. As I mentioned before, let's say you have 20 pieces of data, and then your median would fall between number 10 and number 11. And let's say number 10 was 42 and number 11 was 58. Your median would fall right in between those 2 things. And what you're looking for is exactly in the middle of that. Now you could draw a number line and count it all the way out, but you could also just add those 2 together. So you say 42 plus 58 and then divide by 2, which gives us 50. And that's just and you can see how 50 is right in between those, right smack in between that. So you just find like a little mini average, and that will help you when you have an even number there. But that's just for future reference. Now, this is our Q2, which is also our median. Now, to find our Q1, or our first quartile, we have to divide this data up here into something nice and, cut it nice and neat. Remember, I said that above this, there are 7 pieces of data. 7 minus 1 is 6, and if you cut 6 in half, we get 3. So I need 3 on either side. So if I say 1, 2, 3, and if I put this, let me do this in pencil. If I put this right here, that's a little bit off. I think if I go like that right in between there, you can see right in between those 14s, that would give me a good Q1. Because now I've got these 3 here and these 3 here. So then we have to find and so our Q1 is in between 14 and 14. That's pretty easy. That's 14. Also, I forgot to write our median is 15. Our minimum is 12. And then right in between here, we're going to do the same thing. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So right here, we've got 3 here and then 3 here, not including this guy right there. So our Q3 would be 17, because that falls right in between those 2 17s. So that's nice and easy. So we have and our maximum is 22. So we have our 5 pieces of data now. We have 12, 14, 15, 17, and 22. So how do we do this box and whisker plot? Well, now that we have that information, we know it needs to go from 12 to 22. So I'm going to say let's do 10 through 25. So we'll do 10, and then let's do 10 to 30, because if we do 10, 20, yeah, let's do 10, 20, and 30. Yeah, we could do that. 20 to 30. So this is 5. So if we've got, so we know that this thing here is going to be 30, and this is 10. This is 15, 20, 25. I probably didn't need to go all the way to 30. I could have just gone to 25. Well, You live and learn. That's part of doing this. So between 10 and 15, I've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. This is probably the hardest part, is drawing, like giving yourself a good scale. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and making them even. I always do it in pencil and then have to go over it. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm ready to do my box and whisker plot. And the way we do this is we just mark down each of these points. So 12 is right here. And you don't do it on the actual scale, you do it above it. And then we have 14, and then we have 15, 16, 17, here's 17, and then we have 22, which is all the way out here. Now these 3 in the center are your box. You just go like this, and you put that right in the middle. This middle guy is your median. And so you can see this is pretty nice spread of data. Like between these quartiles, it's fairly even. The only difference is a big long whisker out here. So that's how you do a box and whisker plot. If you want to stick around, I'll do one more example. Otherwise, good luck, and we'll see you next time. Okay, so let's practice another one for those of you who want to stick around. So this is annual precipitation in inches here. It's listed in order, but I've gone ahead and listed it on the side here so I can find my 5 pieces of data. So the first thing I want to do is my minimum and maximum, right? That's the easiest. Minimum and my maximum. Now, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pieces of data. This time we have an even number. Half of 16 is 8. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 8 to be on either side of my data. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This time I'll pay attention when I do it. So and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. So now I have 8 up top and 8 on the bottom, but that means it doesn't fall exactly on something. So I have to find my Q2 by doing a little mini average. I'm going to add those two together. So 37.4 plus 45.8 will give me 83.2. And if I divide that by 2, I get 41.6. So right smack dab in the middle of those two is 41.6. Now with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of data, if I split that in half, I get 4. So I can go right here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and right here. That looks like it's breaking up that data fairly evenly. So let's do another mini average here. If we do 15.2 plus 24.8, and that gives us 40 divided by 2, we get 20. So Q1 is 20. And then over here we have 57.4 plus 58.2. And then if I divide that by 2, I end up with 57.8. So Q3 is 57.88. I can't type there. Okay, so now we have our pieces of data that we need. We have 9, 20, 41.6, 57.8, and 66.4. So we need to go all the way from 9 up to 7. So maybe like 5 to 70. Okay, so let me pause. Okay, so I'm not going to lie. The hardest part of doing this is drawing your scale correctly. So I decided I was going to go between 10 and actually probably 0 and 70 would be a better, because I have to capture that 9 in there. So if I do 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, I need to go all the way to 70 here. Okay, so let's do this in our marker that we can see. Of course, if you're doing this, you should probably use a ruler. I don't know why I didn't do that. Sorry about that. My sloppy lines there. Okay, so what we can do is say 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. Now, to make this a little neater so you can see, I'm going to go halfway. I don't have to do all the marks, but I do like to indicate like at least, 5, 15, 25, that kind of thing, so that you can see those, because you don't have to be precise in your numbering. You can ballpark where these need to go. Like for number 9, I know it's going to go about right here. And then for 20, that's fairly easy. That's right there. For 41.6, well, here's 40, so I'm going to go up just a little bit more. for 57.8. So here's 55, 67.8, let's say roughly right there. And then for 66.4, that's going to be somewhere right around here. Now remember, those 3 on the inside make, and again, this data is spread pretty evenly, because we can see that our quartiles here are pretty even, and even our whiskers are pretty even. So this is a good nice round group of data. So there's your box, there's your whisker, and that's how you do those. I look forward to seeing you next time. Good luck, and if you have any questions, leave them below. Thanks so much.